जय भारत। वेलकम टू डेफ टॉक्स क्लिप्स बाय आदि अचिंत। जैसे ही आपने मेरे बड़े चैनल जो डेफ टॉक्स बाय आदि है उसको आपने जिस तरह से सपोर्ट करा, उसी तरह से ये हमारे क्लिप्स के चैनल को, जहां पर आपको छोटे छोटे अपडेट्स, छोटे छोटे शॉर्ट्स और छोटी छोटी कहानियां मिलेंगी, इसी को भी सपोर्ट जरूर कीजिएगा। लाइक का बटन जरूर दबाइए, सब्सक्राइब तो ऑब्वियसली करिए, बेल आइकॉन दबाना बिल्कुल मत भूलिएगा। एंड हाँ जी, प्लीज अपने दोस्तों के साथ, फैमिलीज के साथ ये वीडियोस जरूर शेयर करिएगा। एंजॉय करिए ये क्लिप को। जय हिंद।
Is it?
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and welcome to Dev Talks. This is Adi Achint. Guys, lots to talk about with Mr. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, who probably is coming for the first time with his own name. So, Namaskar, thank you so much for coming in. And how come the surprise?
Did you presume my gender?
No, I just called your
You asked me
name.
my pronouns.
No, I just said name. Name doesn't have anything to do with gender.
Mr.
DEI scores talk
Mr.
about. Acha, oh.
Yeah,
I'll have to now. Oh, yeah, दोबारा start करते हैं, guys. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Welcome, Abhijit.
Thank you. Thank you.
कैसे हो साहब? Or whatever you
देखो,
like to call yourself.
God, I just got off a thing with Navika on
हाँ,
Times Now, a panel where this lovely lady called some Miss Bharti, I don't think she's related to Misa Bharti, but anyway, Miss Bharti from the RJD. The moment I started talking about the Gandhi Galis that were given to Modi, she started screeching that this is all patriarchy, that men can't be abused.
है?
हाँ, बहुत मजा आया अभी, बहुत मजा आया.
अच्छा?
We were all sitting and guffawing, but anyway, good.
नहीं यार, ये तो भेजना प्लीज, बिकॉज ये तो फिर हम यूज करेगा इसको.
हाँ, just the 9 to 10 program वो YouTube पे
हाँ, हम
जाके
लोग को
देखो.
बहुत,
Times Now.
हमारे जैसे लोगों को बहुत गाली निकलता है, तो हम यूज करेगा उसको. फिर यू
हाँ,
कांट अब्यूज
बिल्कुल,
अस, पेट्रियार्की हो जाएगा.
बिल्कुल.
पहले यार ये बताओ, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग विद दिस कच्चतीवू थिंग? इट्स, आई मीन, इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टाइम, इंटरेस्टिंग इवेंट. दोनों तरफ से इंफॉर्मेशन, नैरेटिव. आपने भी नो लेस देन मिस्टर चिदम्बरम को ट्वीट करा कि सर, वेरी पोलाइट ट्वीट है, मैं से वन ऑफ योर पोलाइटेस्ट. तो ये क्या चक्कर क्या है? व्हाट्स हैपनिंग?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk, but then I'm also going to send you certain things on WhatsApp, well, face this iMessage, जिसमें I want you to bring up certain things, put up certain images. ठीक है? और इसमें क्या है कि let's talk about Kachchatheevu. ये एक सेकंड मैं पहले भेज देता हूँ आपको, फिर ये करते हैं.
Done, sir. Waiting for your message.
Okay, now let's start.
हाँ जी.
So Katchatheevu, what happened was there were a lot of unsettled boundaries that went around. Okay, all the maritime boundaries were undefined. Pakistan wanted Lakshadweep during partition because they said it's Muslim majority and things like that. But it is based on geographical. One of the principles of partition was geographical proximity and this thing. And Lakshadweep is just a few kilometers off the coast of Kerala. It's thousands of kilometers away from Pakistan, so it wasn't given to Pakistan. They wanted it as a halfway. They also wanted Andamans. Because they wanted one to be a refueling station for West Pakistan and one to be a refueling station for East Pakistan and nonsense like that. Of course, how it's thousands of kilometers on the other side did not matter ki hai ki nahi. Anyway, maximalist demand. Fine. Now, all of these things basically came to a head. Now, you remember in Bangladesh, Modi signed an agreement where the enclaves were swapped. India lost a bit of land in that, but we got a coherent, protectable border where our population was on our side and their population was on their side. We did not have Bangladeshi exclaves and we did not have enclaves within Bangladesh. Right?
So sorry to disturb you. That thing is not come out really well because it's on WhatsApp now. It kind of bunches it down.
अच्छा. Hang on, let me try to send it to you. और कहाँ भेजूं आपको?
मैं आपको ईमेल भेज देता हूँ, मेरा उसमें ईमेल कर दो आप.
हाँ, ठीक है. ओके.
ओके, भेज दिया आपको. अच्छा. So interesting. Kachchatheevu का. अच्छा. Okay. because ये तो एक narrative चलाने की बात है. We will talk about that narrative towards the end of what you are explaining to us.
Yeah.
But
Now,
मैंने भी
now
please.
Kachchatheevu, there were a whole bunch of islands which were a bit this thing, because Kachchatheevu technically belonged to the Maharaja of Ramanathapuram. It was then the British just decided one fine day that it is going to go to Sri Lanka. Okay? Under the Sri Lanka part of the governorship. And it went to Sri Lanka of Ceylon, Ceylon as it was called in those days. But it was still disputed territory. Now, as per existing legal norms, what happens is, I'm going to bring up Google Maps and show you this. Where exactly it lies. Kachchatheevu. Okay, let me start sharing this now. Present. Share screen. ठीक है, दिखाई दे रहा है ना अब?
आ गया. Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's let me zoom out and show you what is closest to it. So if you look here, Delft Island is the closest island. It actually comes under the Delft district of Jaffna, Jaffna province, Delft district. This is Delft Island. It is marginally closer to them than it is to us.
Yes.
And the measuring, you know how international measurement works, is 12 kilometers from this thing. Do we have a measuring thing here so I can show you?
Should be if you point it
measure
to.
distance. Okay, cool. So we will measure distance now from here to 1 second. Here to here, and it comes to 18.8 so 11.71 miles. Okay, which is under the 12 nautical miles rule. Okay, now if you do the same thing here, and sorry, measure distance again, I have to click. Let's do the southernmost point here and move this here. You see, it comes just outside our zone. Okay. Now, the problem, of course, is the issue of measuring from Delft Island. This is what Indira Gandhi changed. Our claim was, this is already ours. So there is no question of measuring distance out here. Because see, if this is already ours, then technically Delft Island should also be ours because it is within 12 nautical miles.
Yeah.
So the nonsense that was done is, we accepted that this is unmarked territory and that this was the measurement point for us and this was the measurement point for them. And therefore, because this is within 12 nautical miles of them, this belongs to them.
So now, they had given this up right at the beginning.
So basically, we did bullshit. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, in return, what they then accepted was, which was a this thing in 1976, they accepted that the wedge barrier, which is somewhere here, you see, this area here, this would be exclusive economic zone of India. Now, bhai, this is like saying your house, Aadi, is yours. मैंने कितना बड़ा काम कर दिया that I've ceded this to you. You look at a wedge bay here. How far is this from Sri Lanka? It is so close to us and so far from them. They've ceded nothing to us. Okay. Now, Indira Gandhi was very good at certain things and she was quite crappy at certain other things. So, for example, she got us Sikkim, undeniably. Okay.
Absolutely.
She split up Bangladesh.
Pakistan.
Okay, yes, she split up Pakistan. But she also did some very stupid things. Sam Manekshaw is on record, Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw is on record saying that she got completely rogered by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto in the peace negotiations in Shimla. Multiple roger. She agreed to his demands. Then, the recording of, and the naivete to believe that a recording will substitute for an actual signed piece of paper. The recording never worked in the end. That they did of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto saying, we'll sort it out, I'll cede Kashmir to you, whatever nonsense. Okay. She did that, which was stupid. She did this, which was stupid. Okay. And then when this didn't work, she felt betrayed by Sirimavo Bandaranaike because she was like, oh, female prime minister, I'm female prime minister, let me settle this. She's a dynast, I'm a dynast, we're both royalty, let's settle this kind of nonsense. Sirimavo, of course, also rogered her because Sirimavo was one of the most duplicitous women around. She instigated so many riots
Very
against
smart.
Tamil like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Indira Gandhi also responded after that by instigating the entire Tamil LTT को create किसने किया? Indira Gandhi ने किया था ना? And ultimately it killed her son. So this was this. Now the Congress will have you believe that splitting Bangladesh away from Pakistan and क्या कहते हैं इसे? Getting Sikkim is somehow, it compensates. Not compensates. It proves that Indira Gandhi did not get rogered by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto on Shimla, and Sirimavo Bandaranaike did not roger her over Kachchatheevu. All wrong.
Correct.
But it is a fact now that once you have ceded territory, it is established international law. Once you have signed a document ceding territory, it does not matter if your internal ratification processes have been accepted or not. In international law, you cannot reclaim that territory thereafter. Full
Correct.
stop. If you can, if you have the military force, but it's considered illegal.
Illegal.
That is the whole argument over Eastern Ukraine. Nikita Khrushchev signed it over to Ukraine. You also accepted the independence of Ukraine. Now you can't claim it back after that. Okay? So this is the crux of the argument. So what these Tamil parties doing to court and all of that, this is just bullshit, tamasha. Now, all these guys are saying in response to an RTI in 2015, you stated this to be fact. You backed up Indira Gandhi on this. Now, I tweeted out the response. If you bring up that tweet, quote tweeting, what's our man's name? Chidambaram.
Yeah, 1 sec, I'll just get it out.
And this was in early 2015.
1 sec, it'll be out in a second. I have to just get rid of the cartoon images on your profile first.
Yes.
And yeah, continue. I'll just find this tweet. It's going to take me a second. So
what happens is, 2015, the government said this in an RTI. But before that, in July, which was the Modi government, it was about a month because they won the election, I think, on the 2nd of May or say mid-May, end May, whatever. Yeah. They won the 26th May, I think they won the election in 2014. Slightly over a month plus few days after that in court. Also, before this 2015 RTI is cited, in 2014 July in court, which is the image you're going to bring up, they also said the exact same thing. So there are two representations by the Modi government now, one in an RTI and one in this thing in court on this issue that Tamil Nadu, that was being litigated in Tamil Nadu. Now, what is the basis of this? I want to, have you got the tweet?
Yeah, I'm just looking for that. There's just so much with Mr. Kejriwal also occupying a lot of your timeline. It's kind of difficult to find that.
Sorry.
But I'll put it up. Why don't you continue? I mean, I'll just get it up in a second.
Important because let me find it. I will just bring it up. And,
Sheila Bhatt. Because I read what you said, and you've asked a very relevant question. And as a matter of fact, another person had said that you have. Yeah, I got it. I'm going to put it up. Another person had also said that you have to be a complete knucklehead to kind of accept what. Here we go.
Now, if you zoom in on the first photo of Jayalalitha, zoom in on the top, please, the date, which I've marked in red. See, it is July 3rd, 2014. Okay, if you come down a bit, taking strong exception to the center's affidavit in the Madras High Court, which said Kachchatheevu Island was a settled matter. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha, blah, blah, blah. Now, notice what I have marked in red. Perhaps the counter affidavit had been prepared and approved by the previous UPA government, and the matter was not brought to your personal attention, Ms. Jayalalitha said. Do you know why? Because none of these affidavits and things ever go to the Prime Minister. This is a joke to take to the Prime Minister, because anybody who knows international law will tell you this is now not renegotiable. You cannot get Kachchatheevu back as per international law, period. What was this based on? Now you show the image that I've emailed to you.
Yeah, 1 second. There we go.
Look at the date here. It is 18th February 2013. इसमें लिखा नहीं है. I've cut it off.
It's there in the red.
It's there. 2014. Sorry, 18th February 2014. This was when Manmohan Singh was still in power. Kachchatheevu was not ceded to Sri Lanka and can't be retrieved. They accept that Kachchatheevu is verbatim. It is what the UPA government said, which was never taken up to the Prime Minister's level, because this is usually not even dealt at the Joint Secretary level. The responses to RTI and crap don't even reach the Joint Secretary level in the MEA. It is done at the Under Secretary level, not even at the Director level. So this was the original thing which the UPA put out. They had actually submitted this 1 or 2 years before, in 2012 or 2013, I forget. They had submitted the same thing again. Based on that, this was done. Based on this, the 2014, so in 6 months again, in court, the center represented it. And then when the RTA was filed by RTI, do you think her RTI goes up to the Prime Minister? Are you kidding me? Court case goes up to the Prime Minister. Yeah, especially a joke of a case like this. Yeah, a low level, a first year student in college knows that this case is bullshit. It's being done just to
whitewash.
Exactly. So, aapne kyun ye sab bola? Then, if the government says something else, has Modi said we're getting it back? No, because he's very clear on international law, you can't get it back. He said you gave it away, which is true. You gave it away. Yeah. Then you claimed it wasn't this. Then what the hell are you blaming us for? We have to then take your position, no? If we don't, then they'll say, oh, you're trampling the legacy of Indira Gandhi. It is an insult to her and her wisdom and whatnot nonsense. See, this is the same as Kejriwal. You arrest Kejriwal before the election, you're trying to karofy the election. You are scared and you are trying to hobble the election. If you arrest him in the election, they'll say, oh, ye tanashahi ho raha hai, he is already won and therefore you're not doing it. After he loses in July 2024, if you arrest him, they'll say this is vindictive politics. Kuch bhi. So, this is the kind of bullshit we have to... And, the problem is, I'm sorry, but the Indian public doesn't bother researching stuff properly.
No. जाने से पहले मैं 1 मिनट के लिए आपको रोक लूं, तो प्लीज ये चैनल को लाइक जरूर करिएगा, सब्सक्राइब करिएगा, और हाँ, हमारे जो मेन चैनल को जरूर अपनी फॉलोशिप दीजिए, ताकि हम आपको अच्छे पॉडकास्ट, इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट्स एंड जियोपॉलिटिकल अपडेट से आपके सामने प्रेजेंट करते रहें इसी तरह से. थैंक यू सो मच. जय हिंद, जय भारत.